say it. I trust. Say it. In you. I believe. Say it. I believe. You are the God of miracles. You are the God of miracles. You are the God of wonders. You are the God of wonders. You are the God of power. You are the God of power. I believe. Say it. I believe. I believe. Say it. Say it. Say it. I believe. I believe. I believe. Now everybody get radical for 30 seconds. Come on, dance on the devil's head. Come on, come on. Come on. Y'all ain't radical enough over here. Balcony, I can't feel ya. Move your feet, everybody, let's go.
Okay, let me. Am I in a meeting?
According to an article written by Rebecca Fraser-Thill, it states that parental involvement fosters academic achievement, attendance improves, students with involved parents have better behavior, and mental health is even better with parental involvement. Hence, your presence here is indicative that you are in support of these benefits, and with consistent involvement, you will experience them in the near future. I am the senior mistress, Mrs. Nathaniel Williams of the Great Centerville Primary School, and I hereby welcome you to our second parents training for the virtual environment, led by a few of our dynamic, intelligent, and also talented educators in the presence of Mistress Kay Carey, our music teacher. Mrs. Carey, can you give a wave, please? Mrs. D. Jagru, our grade 4 team leader. Those are our presenters for today's session. Your attentiveness is of vital importance during this session, so we kindly ask that your mic remain muted during the session. We do encourage your questions at the end of the session, and your mics will be unmuted. If during the presentation, you have a question that you wish to ask, please feel free to drop it in your chat and our presenters will ably answer your questions. I now allow for our capable presenters to continue with the proceedings of this session. Do enjoy.
Good morning, parents. Welcome to our second parents training session here at the Great Centerville Primary School. Today's topic is all about assignments. You should be getting more familiar with LMS, but it doesn't stop there with our virtual journey in education. In order for us to make sure that we are getting our grades, students are completing assignments and being assessed accurately, we have to use some other platforms. And today we will be talking about two of them specifically, and then we will allow a time for questions and answers. Give me a thumbs up in the screen, Ms. Williams, if you can see the PowerPoint. It's clear? Okay, wonderful. So today's tips will be on quizzes, Nearpod, and then we will have a question and answer period. All right, if you have your device and you're not using it to be on Zoom right now, if you have another one, you can use it to try and follow with us. But if you're only on one, that's fine. We're going to have this on the YouTube page again, just like last week. If you have your cell phone and you're able to use that, if you're on a laptop, if you have both two devices, you can try and follow along while you listen. If you're on your phone, I believe you can listen and still do other things as well, okay? All right, so Nearpod. This is used for just about the entire school except for preschool for grades 1 through 6. I use it to teach my music lessons. You can have lessons and the activities at the same time in that. It works similar to how you got into Zoom today. You type in a code, and instead of watching a live discussion, there will be a live activity, or it can be self-paced. So let me explain the difference between live and self-paced. Live is when I give a code and I monitor the students doing the work in class. That's live. That code will not be able to be used once our class is done. Now, if I give you a self-paced code, then you would have a certain amount of time to complete the assignment before its deadline. All right, so you just type in the code to Nearpod and the activity will come up. But how do you get Nearpod? You can either, one, go to nearpod.com, or you can download the app. Okay, if you have any questions as I'm moving along, I can tend to go a little fast. You can put it in the chat and we'll get to that during the question and answer period. All right, you can go to nearpod.com on any device. All right, sometimes when I send the link, parents just click it from the Zoom chat or Teams chat and they go straight to it. That's on a phone, tablet, or laptop. Or if you're on a phone, you can download the app. It's a nice, easy to use app. I have it on my phone. I can pull it up right now. And then you can also download the app on your tablet. But I must warn you, if you're using a Kindle tablet like mine, a Kindle Fire tablet, unfortunately, the App Store does not have Nearpod. The App Store does not have Nearpod. So you would have to download Google Play Store, and then you can get Nearpod. If you have a cell phone, it will come right up. I believe you can see that. So that's Nearpod on my cell phone. And you can also get it on the tablet, but you would have to follow the steps that I would have given you for Teams. So whether you're using the .com or the app, it will prompt you to enter a code. Okay? 1234, QVS, UBP, whatever it is, the letters or numbers, you would put that code in and the activities would come up. A lot of people were telling me, oh, I'm not sure if you got the work. Did you get the work? How do I submit it? You don't have to do anything once you complete all the slides. It'll keep sliding on and on and on until you get to the end. You don't have to hit submit or anything, because from you start working in Nearpod with any code, I'm able to see your progress. So I'm able to see what you complete. I'm able to see what you skipped. I'm able to see if you took a longer time on this than that. So you don't have to click anything. It is set up so that your teacher can see what you're doing. All right. All right, so I'm just going to go to Nearpod and show you an example of how we can access a lesson. I don't believe you can see my screen now, so I'm going to share it again. So when you go to Nearpod, it's going to ask you if you're a student or a teacher. You don't have to select that. You could just go to the enter code section. All right, so I'm going to retrieve the code for this lesson right now. This is how the code will look. So the code just for this test is GTWU9. All right, if I was a student, I would come to nearpod.com, and on this right side, Ms. Williams, you're seeing this, right? Okay, on the right side where it says join a lesson, I'm going to put the code in, GTWU9, and I click join. Okay, you can't hear anything. I'm going to turn my volume up, Ms. Stork. And hopefully you can hear me. It says you're still connecting to audio, so I think it's just loading. It could be the internet. So after I enter my code, it's going to ask me what my name is. Today, my name is Tommy Lee. And in the other optional name, I would like you to put your teacher's name. So you can be in Ms. Ford Jagru's class just for today, so that I can see this is Tommy Lee and that student is in Ms. Jagru. I can see that quickly. And then this is how it looks when you get into Nearpod. When you get into actual lesson or the actual activity, You see the topic and the activity. Right here it says in a blank space, draw the treble clef. So I'm going to get my marker. I'm going to select my color and I'm going to draw my treble clef. It's not very pretty, but that's my treble clef. Okay? And other activities will come up. If it's a quiz, you can't just skip over. If you don't let it load, it says in the corner here, question 1 out of 10. You have to go all the way down to 10. Some people get into Nairport, and then what I see on my end is 0%. Nothing was completed because they just kept clicking the arrows over and over and over, but they weren't really stopping to complete the activities. Okay, so you can say, I did it, I finished it, I went through all the slides, but it's coming up as a 0 for me because you didn't actually answer the question. So you have to actually complete the activities. It's not just reading the lesson or watching a video that's maybe inside of it. You have to actually complete the activity. Okay, so that's basically how we get into Nairport. You either go to the website or you go to the app, you type in the code and you complete the activities. Okay, remember, although that was a little fast, this will be recorded and posted on YouTube if you want to go back and see anything else. Okay, so if you have a question about Nairport, just write it down because we'll allow time for questions. Now I'm going to turn over to my partner for today's presentation. She will be presenting on quizzes. All right. All right, good morning, parents. Good morning, Ms. Williams, again. All right. My job today is very easy, and this is a 6 steps to access your quiz. Okay, wait a minute. All right. To access quizzes, you go to quizzes.com, and remember you have to spell it correct. It's QUIZIZZ.com. If you just hit QUIZ, you'll get a different website. So you have to be careful with what the teacher posts and make sure you have the correct spelling and everything when you're entering it. So you go to QUIZIZZ.com and then you will take it will take you to this page, the home page. Here you can see my name. I don't know, I'm not sure if you can see it clearly, but you will see this page with all the different subjects and it will tell you to log in. So you will click login on your right hand side. It is a little bar that says login. When you click login, it will take you to the third slide. Now you have to put in your information. You can put in, if the child have an email, you can enter the email. If the child do not have an email, you can enter your email, but you will fit the child name somewhere on this worksheet so that when the teacher get it, the teacher will see, okay, let's say if your name is Mary Brown, you will have Mary Brown, and in brackets you can put the child name as Higgs or Caesar Higgs or Joshua Porter or Susan, just so that the teacher will know exactly who this grades belong to. And then you will enter your email passcode or the child's email password, and then you just hit login. So it's 2-step when you get to the third screen. You put your email and the password, and then you hit login. Oh, sorry, what did I do? Sorry, make it bigger. All right. Oh, now I put it in presentation mode. I need to get this. You want to go back? No, I don't want presentation mode. All right. Leave it like that. All right, I'm sorry for that. So when you get to this third slide, like I said before, you put in the child's email or your email with the password, your password, and then you will go to the
The next step, where you would say join, that this page will appear and it will say join. Now it say enter a join code. The number that the teacher gives to you, that is the number you will enter. Is normally a 9-digit or 8-digit number. Okay. So you will enter the code and then you will see this page. So I put my code in 1448262 and I will click join. The arrow is taking me to join. I'll hit join. Once you hit join, you will see this page. You would type your child's name here. If you didn't put it in your email, it's okay. You will put your child name on the quiz here now. For this quiz, I have Caesar H. So I know that quiz grade will belong to Caesar. And then you hit start. Once you hit start, there's a time limit for each quiz. It depends on the teacher how much time the teacher give on the quiz. If it's 10 minutes or 20 minutes or 15 minutes, the teacher will set the time. Once you know the ability of the kids, or if she want to give them more time on a different subject area, let's say for math, she give 2 minutes per question, then you will have 20 minutes, depends on how much questions you have. So if you have five questions, you'll get like 10 minutes. And once you would have hit start, you have to keep going to question after question, and then you hit finish. Once you hit finish, there's nothing else that you have to do. You will log off, and that's it. The teacher will automatically see the grades. It will mark, and the teacher will record the grade. That's all. The teacher will have no marking, so the quiz is done fair. And you can see your grade as well. Once you hit finish, you will see the grade that your child got. So there's nothing that the teacher or nobody can do to change that grade. The grade is already printed on the teacher's end in her page. So I'm going to go back from the top again. It's 6 easy steps. You go to quizzes.com. You'll see the home page. You log in on the home page. Then you'll enter your 2 things. You're going to enter your email and password. And then you hit login. It will take you to the next page, which is say join. You will enter your code. After you enter your code, you will click join, click the word join right there, and then it will take you to the final page where you have the quiz, the actual quiz. You would enter your student name or your child name, and then you will click start. You follow the steps. You answer the question. You have to answer each question. So if the answers can come in 6 different ways. The answer can come in fill in the blanks. The answer can come in multiple choice. The answer can come in polls. The answer can come in where you have the mix or matching the system. So it depends on what version the teacher used. You will see the answer up here. Miss Carey will take you to an actual quiz. Now, if you find a quiz in the LMS, all it will ask you for in the LMS is the code, and you will join the code. Once you sign up one time with your email and password, you do not have to sign up every time you go to the quiz. All you will have to do is go to login and put in the code and then start the quiz. 3 steps. Once you would have done the first 6 steps, every other step will just two step you would have done. You would click login, enter the code, do the quiz, and hit finish. Now, Ms. Carey will take you to the LMS. Some teachers embed the quiz in LMS. It's the same process. You just click the code and join. Ms. Carey will now take you to those steps on the LMS. 1 minute. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Stragru. So I'm just going to be showing you how you get to quizzes from LMS. So if you remember last week, we used Sarah Seymour. We're going to use her again. And this would be good for some of us who may have missed last week to know how to log in. So The student's name is Sarah Seymour. That's a username, and I'm going to put in a password. If you have never signed into LMS before, then the password will be welcome 2020. If you have signed in before, then it should have allowed you to reset your password. And you have to remember your password, because once you would have already changed it, we don't know it. We'll have to go through a process of resetting it again, and that could take, I think, at least 24 hours. So try to write down the password, make sure it's something that you remember, because you're gonna have to sign in every day. You can also set it so that the password saves to your device as well, okay? So let's just use music, because that's the subject I have access to. So Sarah is going to music, and the assignment in there today is gonna be on quizzes. So it comes right up, all right? If there's a long list of topics, so right now she has long and short sounds, one topic, and then I just made this today, training music quizzes, okay? So that's the topic for today. You wanna click that blue tab and it'll come down. Usually you will see the link to your teacher's lesson. You can see videos in there. You can see just about anything your teacher wants to share with you, documents, files, media files, anything that will be a supplement to learning will be within the topic tab. Today, the teacher put there the quizzes assignment. So you click the link. All right. If you don't want to click the link like this, you can go to quizzes and then type in the code like Mr. Shaggy showed you. But this is a little faster step process. So you go to quizzes.com, you click that, it will open. And it's going to ask me my name. My name is Sarah Seymour today. And I want to put the right name. I don't want to put my nickname or just my first name or just my last name. I want to put my entire name so my teacher will give me credit for the work that I did. So then I will click start, and that's really all that I have to do, because my teacher said it, so I just begin my assignment, okay? Okay, which style of music is loud, rhythmic, and energetic? I'm gonna pick rock, and it will tell me I got it correctly. Carry my last name again. Okay, what nationality is Rita Ora? British. Okay, this is just some random question, but you can see it's showing me green when I get it right. If I get it wrong, let me get one. Which dance music comes from Argentina? I'm gonna put reggae. We know that comes from Jamaica, so it will give me a red. I know that was wrong. Okay, so it's a very fun, interactive way for us to complete assignment. Okay, so I'm going to stop my quizzes now, and I'll stop sharing the screen, and we have made it through. I'm sure you're breathing a sigh of relief, because you thought, man, this is gonna be too much to go through, but it was so easy. Both of them are very similar. All you do is put the code in and the work comes right up. So we know we'll see lots of A's from all of our students. All right, so that's the end of our presentation. We're gonna move into the question and answer period. I'm going to turn over to Ms. Williams at this time.
Okay, thank you, presenters. Such an awesome and precise presentation. And just as Mrs. Carey would say, Ms. Carey would have said, parents, the floor is now open for any questions that you may have from the presentation.
All right, you're allowed to unmute your mics at this time if you have a question. Before, you may not have had that access, but now it's open. So if you would like to unmute your mic, you can ask the question. Okay, cool.
I think we did a good job. Nobody have any questions. Nobody have no questions. So I guess the steps are very easy.
Yes, if you have a question about LMS, you can ask as well. It doesn't have to be a question on what we presented. If you're having a challenge getting onto LMS or a challenge with anything with virtual learning, you can ask at this time as well. You can also type in the chat if you don't want to say anything. If you have any questions or anything you want us to go over before we end, you can type it in the chat. I know that Miss Tor was saying she was having trouble hearing. It was recorded, so it'll be on YouTube. I'm not sure if you got in at any point to hear, but you'll have an opportunity to see it again. We also encourage you, if you have any fellow parents you're in contact with, when you get the YouTube link that's posted on Facebook, share it with them, or if you know anyone that was having difficulty, share it with them as well.
Okay, so it seems that the fact that there are not any questions, ladies, proves that your presentation was indeed a success. But please note, parents, that you are more than welcome to email our presenters, as they would have shown in the PowerPoint, as they should have shown in the PowerPoint presentation. You can also call the school at 325-3736 or 325-4248 if you have any further questions. So I'm going to give you a minute for you to kindly record the emails that are presented on the screen. Okay, so we will now bring this presentation to a close. Parents, we thank you for taking this time out of your most hectic schedule, because as I would have said from the welcome, this is indicative of your support to experience the benefits of parental involvement. So we thank you once again, parents. We want to remind you of our third parents training session on Friday at the same time, 9:30 to 10:30. You can access our school's Facebook page for the Zoom ID and password, and we wish to see each of you at that training session. We thank you once again. Presenters, you all did an awesome job as expected, and I pray that each of you have a terrific day. Thank you all.